Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hi friends, welcome back to the Language Tutor podcast. I'm your profesor de español, Danny Evans. I'm so glad you're with me on this episode today. We're going to practice what we did in lesson 2 on the YouTube channel, and that was learning personal or subject pronouns in Spanish. We learned those basic pronouns. Those are words we use every single day, all day long in conversation in pretty much any language. So we're going to go over those in the podcast today. And again, if you haven't checked out the Language Tutor YouTube channel, just go to YouTube, type in The Language Tutor. You'll find me there. Click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll get in on our lessons and get caught up with us. Well, let's get going on those pronouns. On the episode, we talked about that chart that helps us mentally organize things in our head. And again, that's going to be a really great tool for the future. And just when you're having a conversation, sometimes you need a certain conjugation or you just need a certain word. You can mentally visualize that chart, and it really helps you bring up various things in Spanish. Let me tell you, I used it a ton when I was learning Spanish. And so it's a great tool. And you remember we have 3, just kind of visualize this as you're doing whatever you're doing right now. We have 3 spaces on the left and 3 spaces on the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And you remember the left side in our mind. Everything on the left side is singular, and everything on the right side is plural. And if we look at the top left and the top right, both of the top boxes are first person, and the middle boxes are second person. And the bottom boxes, the bottom left and the bottom right, are all third person. Okay? So let's just quickly go over those pronouns. I'm going to say them first in Spanish, and I want you to just simply repeat it. Let's solidify that pronunciation. Let's start at the top left and say the word yo. Yo. And that means I. And next in the middle left, we have tú. Tú. And that means you, if we're talking to one person that we know well. It's not someone that we would say ma'am or sir to, or somebody our age. And then in the bottom left, we have 3 words, and we group these 3 words together because they use all the same tools and the same stuff and the same conjugations. Okay, so those, he is él, and that means he. And then we have she, which is ella, ella. And then we have usted, which means you, if we're talking to one person and we want to show respect to that person, extra respect. So one more time, usted. All right, let's go to the top right. We in Spanish is nosotros, nosotros. And on the middle right, we have you, plural. Now remember, this word is pretty much only used in Spain. Say it after me, vosotros, vosotros. All right, that means you, plural. Okay, just make sure you remember that that's pretty much a Spain word. All right, down on the bottom right of the chart, we have 3 words again. Group them together because they use all the same stuff. They is ellos, ellos. They, when we're just talking about females, is ellas, ellas. And then finally we have ustedes, ustedes. And that means you, plural also. That's the same thing as vosotros, but ustedes is pretty much used in all Spanish-speaking countries. Now let's get ready to do our next practice. All right, now let's back up and go over these again one more time. This time I'm going to say the pronoun in Spanish, and I want you to visually picture where it goes on the chart, okay? So let's first start out with the word vosotros. Vosotros, that Spain word. Where does it go on the chart? It goes on the middle right. Now, let's do the next one. Ella. Ella. All right, you should have said bottom left. All right, let's go to yo. Yo. If you said the top left, that's it. Next one, ellas, ellas. And that is the bottom right. Next one is tú, tú. And that one is the middle left, the middle left. All right, next one, ustedes, ustedes. If you said the bottom right, you are correct. Next one, él, él. All right, that is the bottom left. All right, here comes the next one, nosotros, nosotros. That one goes on the top right. The next one is usted, usted. If you said the bottom left, you got it. And the last one is ellos, ellos. And that is the bottom right. Okay, we're going to go over the pronouns one last time. This time, I'm going to say the pronoun in English, and I want you to come up with the pronoun in Spanish. Okay, and I'm not going to go in order because I want us to make sure we're not learning things by patterns, but actually learning the words themselves and internalizing those. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go out of order. I'll say it in English. You say it in Spanish. Here we go. You, when we're talking to one person that we know well, a friend or someone our age. And the answer is tú, tú, T-U with an accent. Remember that accent does matter. We only have 2 of these 10 pronouns with accents, and that's this one and one other one. Okay, we're going to continue on. The next one is you, plural. So we're talking to a group and we're saying you, but this is the form they use in all Spanish-speaking countries. All right, hopefully you came up with ustedes, ustedes. All right, let's move on. The next one is she, she. And you should have come up with ella, ella. Okay, the next one is we, we. And you should have said nosotros, nosotros. Okay, the next one is they, if you're talking about boys or boys and girls mixed. And you should have come up with ellos. All right, the next one is you, if I'm talking to one person, but I want to show respect. All right, you should have come up with usted, usted. Next one is I. And I bet you got this one. It's yo, yo. All right, next up is you, if we're talking to a group of people, more than one person, and it's the form that they only use in Spain. And you should have come up with vosotros, vosotros. Next one is he, he. All right, you should have come up with él. All right, last one is they, if we're just talking about a group of girls. And you should have come up with ellas, ellas. All right, my friends, I bet you're doing a great job with these pronouns. Keep practicing those. Keep working on them. Make sure you're having as much conversation as you can. On our next episode, we're going to come back together and work on spelling. Now that we've gone over the alphabet in the first episode, next time we're going to put that into practice and start working on spelling Spanish off the top of our head with no visuals and no help. I know you're going to do a great job. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. I really hope that you are having a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening wherever you are in the world right now. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks for joining us on the Language Tutor, and I'll see you on the next episode. See you soon. Hasta pronto.